Welcome to Cooking with Miss O. Let's join Mary Beth Oxendine in the kitchen as she teaches you how to cook Southern style healthy.
Welcome to Cooking with Miss O. Thanks for coming into my kitchen with me today. I am showing you how you can make a meal for one and or two, and because I'm a widow and sometimes my kids are not over or I'm not over there and I have one people meals. Now I've taught you this summer about my freezer meals, and so here I have chicken breasts that my son, let me tell you about my son-in-law. My son-in-law Kevin lives next door to me, and he and my daughter Marie have just given me, they were the ones that I talked about before that got married. It'll be 2 years Monday, and so October, and it's so funny because he loves to grill. So he grills me up a whole bag of my Springer Mountain chicken, and then I put it in these bags so that I can just take it out to have it for one meal for me. And so he did that for me. And he'll come home from work at 8 o'clock at night and then grill me a bag, so I'll have a whole bag. And he's just wonderful. And I want to thank him right now on the show. Thank you, Kevin, for how well you take care of me and my daughter. I appreciate it. Well, then I wanted to tell you I found I was going through some of my old magazines and stuff, and I found one that was from 1999, and I love zucchini. And when I read up about the health of zucchini, it's amazing, and yellow squash too, because they're related in the same family. But I did not know that zucchini was a fruit, and I don't know that y'all knew that either, and that it's another superfood. And I love to do zucchini in muffins and bread and saute it, and this is a new way to saute it. It's a zucchini, squash, lemon saute. Now I've already cut up one, I'm to cut up two, and what I do when I do something like this, I put it in the refrigerator what's left, and I eat it either for lunch or for dinner or with another chicken breast. But I love stuff like this, and I'll just have this and a chicken breast. Now I took that out of the freezer last night, and then I've got it thawed out, and it's sitting out here, and I'm just going to warm it in this pan while I'm doing the zucchini saute, and it's a real easy dinner for me. And it says to do 2 of these. Now I just cut both ends off, and then I cut it in half, and then I cut that in half, because it's much easier to do that if it's cut in half than to do the whole thing. And here, and then I just slice it like this. Now my vegetable stand didn't have any more of the vegetables and all because it's kind of a little late in the season. And so I went to Ingles and they still had USA zucchini and squash and everything. This one needs to be washed off more. And I do them thin because they're easier to get done before burning. Now always wash your fruit and vegetables. Some people don't. Even if you get lettuce and spinach in the plastic bag at the store and stuff, you need to always wash it off. When we've had problems with salmonella and different things, and then some people that had the stuff, they didn't get it, and other people, it's because the people open up that bag, even though they say it's okay for you to open up that bag and just put it in. It is not. You need to wash everything that you have in the grocery store or from the garden. Now, my next thing I'm going to do too is I've got my garlic clove here, and I get the organic garlic at Ingles, and I press it down like this. I cut the little end off, and then you can take off the skin, and I think I've already done that. And then I just dice it real. When I don't have my Pampered Chef garlic press, I actually left that at home today. And then I just chop it real fine. And that is the best tool I think I've ever had, was the garlic press, because it doesn't get it all over your hands. my daughter gave it to me for Christmas one year, and I absolutely have loved it, and I've given it away to other people for gifts. And what we're going to do, we're going to put this in this pan, and we're going to put some olive oil in there and warm it up. We're going to put 2 tablespoons. Now with this one, you could use a darker olive oil if you want, but a lot of people don't use olive oil. They use vegetable oil and different things like that. And I found out that when you use this one, then Southerners don't reject it. It doesn't have that taste that they don't like. Now I was raised on olive oil because my grandmother was from Europe. She was Austrian and German, and so we did olive oil instead of Crisco and everything. And I even bake with olive oil because it's so healthy. Now I'm going to cut these just in half. If it's a bigger squash, I would cut it like I did the zucchini. Now you're going to do this. Cut each one of the halves in half. And push these to the side. And then just do it like this. Now sometimes people will saute it like this. And that's a little harder for it to get done. So I really always slice all mine. It's the end of the season for squash and zucchini, so if you haven't put some up, you might want to go ahead and do that. With the zucchini, what I do is I will freeze some of them like that, and then I will take a zucchini, don't take the skin off, and I'll grate it on a grater like that, and put it in a bag like cup sizes, and then I can make zucchini bread and zucchini muffins with that, and it freezes up beautifully. I make these real thin. We will leave that right there and do this one. Here we go. Now let's turn this one on, and let's do it about between the medium and the high. I put it on about 7 because you don't want to put it on high because it could burn easily, and you don't want that to happen. Okay? Now, while we're waiting on that to heat up, I will go ahead and do my lemon. Now we're going to zest some of this lemon, and the lemon goes on at the last of the show. I mean, at the end of the show when we've finished cooking this. You don't cook the lemon in it, you just pour it over it at the end, and the zesting. This is the first time I've used one of these for zesting. I always do the little zesting tool, but this is real easy. And of course it's not hitting it hard enough. Let's do now the oil is getting hot, so let's saute that garlic a little bit before we put everything else in. And keep an eye on it because the garlic can go really fast. I love fresh garlic. It's very healthy. It's extremely healthy for men. Now let's just put this in here. Garlic protects you from certain kinds of cancer, and so does zucchini. And I will read you about zucchini. I had the most wonderful time looking up all the wonderful. I did not know. I love zucchini because of the breads and stuff, but I didn't realize how healthy it was. But I know anything that we eat straight from the way God made it is healthier. Now we're going to put our oregano in here, and that's a ½ teaspoon. And this will be up on the website. I just sprinkle it over there. I never thought about using oregano with the vegetables like this. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of the powder. And I use the organic, Simply Organic, and it has a much better taste and flavor and smell than regular black pepper. And then we need a ½ teaspoon of the salt. The sea salt, which I also get at Ingles. And I do the fine. And this is from the USA too. Now, the one thing that I probably would have put in this, but I want to try it without it, is onions, because I usually saute onions with zucchini and squash. But with the lemon and the oregano, it gives it a whole different taste. So I could see why they left off the onion. We'll be right back. We're for a commercial break. Thanks so much. Welcome back, y'all. This is just about done. I'm going to go ahead in just a minute and put the lemon on it. This is getting hot, and I'm going to take my chicken breast that was frozen, and then I set it down this morning in my refrigerator, and I had more in here, but I've used those. And I'm just going to let that warm up a little bit. I put a tiny bit of olive oil in here, just so it wouldn't stick to the pan. Sometimes with stainless steel, things will stick, and then that will just heat up. And then I'm going to cut the lemon in half so I can squeeze that over this. And then another thing I'm going to do real quick here to show you what I do a lot of times, because this is getting done so quick. Sometimes it's hard to get the inside when it's been cold like this. So let me see if I can do this, like this. I will cut it in slices and then put it in the pan. And it still has the charcoal taste to it, which is wonderful. Well, it wasn't charcoal actually, it was gas, but the barbecue taste to it. And then you have a wonderful meal and some vegetables left over for another meal. Here we go. Let's toss this in here and let those heat up really good. This is just about done. Starting to brown a little bit. The squash seems to brown a little bit quicker than the zucchini, so watch that when you're doing this. And it smells wonderful, y'all. Now, while all of those are going, I think I'm going to turn this up to almost high here. I want to read to you some of the things about zucchini. First of all, I didn't realize that the origin of zucchini was America. It is a fruit. It promotes eye health, and I didn't even realize that. It has calcium. It has insoluble fiber, amino acids, protects the prostate gland, vitamin C. It has protein. Now, you don't much look at a fruit or a vegetable and see that it has protein, but it actually has protein. fiber, potassium, folate, vitamin A. It also has zinc in it and the omega-3 fatty acids. I've not found any fruit yet that I've been studying, and I have been doing this for a long time, that has omega-3 fatty acids in it. I have never seen that before, and that was amazing to me. I've loved zucchini for a long time, and a lot of the same things in the zucchini are also in the squash. So, but we just didn't realize how wonderful. Now think about how healthy this is. We have organic garlic in this. We have organic, and we have sea salt, organic black pepper, which has food properties that are really important, and the oregano. And we also have Springer Mountain chicken, which is the cleanest chicken in America. So when you go into the grocery store, think about the chicken you're eating, because when we started eating this, it was healthy. It has no smell, none of the yellow that pops up in the pan when you're cooking it, boiling it for chicken. And when you're eating your chicken, and chicken is supposed to be one of the healthiest meats other than fish, and now we're having trouble with fish. So I stick to chicken all the time. And I just want to tell you that if you're eating a meal like this, you're getting all new nutrition. And I backslide sometimes, and then I don't cook because I'm by myself or something. And I'll run to one of the fast foods and I'll eat. But you know what? I can tell in my health that it's not good for me, and we have started back with that. Now I'm going to take this off, and we're going to, since this is so hot here, we're going to take this off, and we will be right back to eat. Thanks so much. Welcome back, y'all. I've just been squeezing the lemon on this. I took it off the eye, but I don't do the lemon while it's on the eye. It's all done. And then we are going to now do the zest. It smells wonderful, y'all. There. And then I'm going to toss it a little bit. And we have there we go. Now I always pray before I eat. The Lord, bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies, and thank you for it, Lord. Amen. And let me try this. Of course, Springer Mountain chicken is wonderful. It's my favorite. And that right there just warmed it perfectly. This is probably the best recipe I've ever had for zucchini and squash. It's really wonderful. I want to tell you that this is my first show of the new season. And I'm going to be highlighting, a lot of people tell me they liked it when I told you about the nutrition of the food, what God had done. What I have learned since my daughter was so sick and studying foods and stuff is that God put in every vegetable and fruit, and with chicken that's done right and meat that's been raised right, He put everything, and in the grains, He put everything in it that we need for vitamins. So if we eat it where it's fresh and that it's not been tampered with, it's wonderful. And that's what you need to try to do with your kids and all. So many things that we have today, like ADHD and a lot of those different things, have to do with the foods that our kids are eating. I know that as a teacher. And because I would ask parents to change some of the things that they were eating. The other thing is, I wanted to tell you, it's also cheaper to eat this way. I could feed a family of 4 for $50 a week if you eat this way. Now let me also explain to you, I'm all about grains, and as I read, it says that grains help so much, and actually, if you're eating whole grains, you don't go gray as young as we do around here. That really changes that. I was amazed at that. And being a woman, and I'm getting older, I look at all the things that don't give you wrinkles and all like that. But I was just really surprised this week as I was reading more about grains. So when you go in the grocery store and you buy bread or you buy cereal and you buy things, then you say, well, I'm eating my grains. You're not eating your grains. Anything in the grocery store that is boxed or bagged that has been with any kind of grains, oat or whatever, 72 hours is all the time that you have nutrition in the grains. If it's in the grocery store, it's processed, and that is not going to give you the health benefits of what you're thinking from the grains. So when it says eat whole grains, fruits and vegetables, eat chicken, eat fish, then you are not getting the right nutrition if you're having it in the grocery store and you're not grinding it. So I wanted to make that clear. They use things in advertising and stuff, and I've learned this with the food industry, that is not really the whole truth. So if you're eating white rice and not brown rice, you're not getting any nutrition. Instead, you're getting something that's been stripped down and it has lots of chemicals in it. If you're eating any kind of bagel or anything like that, and it hasn't been within 72 hours that it was made from the fresh ground, there's no nutrition in it. But I just want to thank you so much for watching and being here today, and this is the start of another season. Thanks so much. Have a blessed day.